Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be trying out 4 Delvers Fast Play Solo Fantasy Miniatures Skirmish game. I got this from Wargame Vault for $1, so you can get this on Wargame Vault for a single dollar. I'll put the link in the video description for you guys to check out. And essentially this is a small little skirmish game with fairly simple rules. We are going to be using D12s, and all the characters will have a battle stat and a save stat, and then HP and a few extra sort of special skills to differentiate them. So who do we have here? We have our fighter, Gilnorn, and we have our dwarf, Barback Deepforge, our elf, Archer, Renaya Autumnsong, and our wizard over here, Tormund Thundercloak. So I just got finished setting up Encounter 1 as it's described in the book here, and so let us read the introduction here. It says, Encounter 1. Everyone shuns the haunted graveyard by the moor, but when a young girl disappears while picking daffodils near the place, you are tasked with finding and bringing her back. A rickety, rusty fence surrounds the burial grounds, while creepy statues guard the gate. The spooky place is overgrown and in disrepair. 3 dilapidated mausoleums are surrounded by drooping dead trees. A sickly-looking crow atop one of the many toppled gravestones looks at you curiously. Okay, so our objective here is to search these 1, 2, 3 mausoleums, and when we search the third one, we will find the missing girl, which I have this miniature chosen for. She will be our damsel in distress. And how this game works is, well, first we're going to roll for a light source on a 5 or higher. We're going to need to bring a light source with us. So let's have a look, and it's a 8. That is a we will need a light source. Now we can choose to have one of our characters be a torchbearer, or our wizard can cast a light spell, which I think is what I will do. I'm gonna use my first turn to cast a light spell. Then we also have, let's see what enemies we got. We got 3 zombies that spawned here by the tombstones, and over here we have these 2 skeleton archers. Additionally, we have a treasure token here and a treasure token there, which we can, once we spend an action there, we can roll on the treasure table. I'm mostly going to be focusing on getting through these mausoleums and trying to save our missing girl. So, with that said, let's get into the game. Now, I'll try and explain the rules as we play, but to keep things going, we're going to go right into the game. First of all our heroes here can move 6 inches, except our stout little dwarf with his little dwarf legs. He only moves 4 inches. Similarly, our zombies, they shamble at 4 inches. The skeletons can normally move 6, but they will try and stay outside of a 6-inch range of the heroes, and always try and maintain line of sight to them. Their bows and arrows have infinite range, so that's not a problem for them. So let's get right into it. So first of all, we have to roll for a wandering monster, and a 10. Oh my gosh, we do get a wandering monster. That's going to be, according to the encounter, it's going to be 2 skeletons that are going to be spawning randomly. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to designate all of these sort of terrain features from this corner to that corner, a number, and then I'm going to roll and see where they come out. And just like that, a skeleton awakes from this mausoleum and walks out to join the party, and another skeleton rises from this tombstone over here to make our job just that little bit more difficult. Okay, So, turn one for our heroes. We're gonna start with our friend Tormund Thundercloak. He's gonna cast Light on a 5+, and he rolls a 10. So he lifts his staff and suddenly illuminates the area around us. So we will not be suffering any negative penalties to our attack rolls, which is pretty useful. Now, if he gets knocked out, we're going to be sitting without any torches, so we got to keep him alive. So he's very important to our, so that we can actually hit things, and that's going to be necessary. So I've tried this scenario before, and I kind of got stuck in the middle here, and we got kind of bogged down by just trading shots between our archer and these archer zombies, archer skeletons here. So I want to try and rush them, and that's what I'm going to do. First turn. So our Tormund has cast a spell. He can still move. I think he's going to move. He wants to stay out of 6-inch range of these skeletons so he doesn't get attacked. So he is maybe just going to move here, and let's go with Gilnorn, our fighter, I guess barbarian. He wants to take care of these skeletons over here, so he's gonna be moving he's gonna do a double move and behind this tree, rushes this tree. There we go. Then I think Renaya is going to try and take a pot shot at one of those zombies before she moves. Now let me see, she does have line of sight to him, and so let's take it. So she attacks. She hits on a 7+. That's an 11, great. So he hits the first zombie there. He's gonna try and save. Zombies save on a 10+, and that is nothing. So since they don't have any HP, they immediately get a wound, and they have to roll on the wound table. Essentially anything 8 and above, I believe it's 8 and above, will cause them to die. So that's a 2 plus the wound is a 3. That just means it is a flesh wound. Nothing happens. Okay. And then I think Renaya is going to try and help out Gilnorn here. So she's going to try and move just behind this little fence over here, which leaves Barback Deepforge, our dwarf, here. And I think he is going to move towards this mausoleum. I think he can do, is he within 6 inches? Yes, he is. I think he's going to move and search. So we have this one searched now. So I'm just going to, no, that's going to probably fall over. But, I mean, it's probably easy to remember. This mausoleum is searched, so we don't have to search it again. Okay. This brings us to our enemy's turn. The skeletons are going to try and move away. They want to try and stay at least 6 inches from the enemy. So they are going to try and move away and try and be within line of sight. So I think their best option is to move behind this cover. So this one's going to move behind this cover, try and take a shot at Gilnorn, and he still has some cover. So he hits on a 9+, but because of the cover, it's a 10+. And oh, it's 11, and he hits. Gilnorn is going to try and save with a 7+, and he rolls a 10. That's lucky. So nothing there. Our second skeleton moves. Same situation. Rolls, and it's a 3. That's a miss. So these two skeletons have gone. We got one skeleton here. Yes, this skeleton who just came out of this mausoleum is going to move. He's going to do a charge right into Barback here, using his scythe to attack. He he hits on a 8+. Oh, it's a 12. Okay, Barbec's gonna try and save. He saves on 6+. And that's a save, so he's still okay. Which brings us to our zombies here. Now, these zombies can only move 4. They're going to shamble forward 4 inches. This will bring us this one here. And I'm just going to move these. Try and get them to move in the direction of the closest enemy. So this one's going to move right next to this tombstone. The skeleton can move 6, and I guess his immediate target will be I have a feeling that Barbec is also going to be his target. He's the closest, so he's also going to be moving 6 inches. So let's have a look. That is 6 inches to this tombstone over here. And that is our monster's turn. Roll for Wandering Monster. Wow, I'm unlucky. We got 2 more skeletons spawning. So let me do that real quick. And just when we thought this path started to look a little bit easier, 2 skeletons walk out of this mausoleum over here. My goodness. Gilnorn has gonna have to fight his way through these two to find the girl, if he's ever gonna find her. This puts us in a little bit of a tough situation. We got a lot of enemies. I think we have to try and focus on the objective and staying alive. So, start of the turn. I think if any of my heroes here can make it to this mausoleum, then that might be worth doing. Are any of them within 6-inch range? Yes, actually. Both are. I think Runaya's a little bit stronger, so she's gonna move and she's gonna search. So we got these first 2 mausoleums search. So we spent an action on this one to search, knocking on the door, hearing nothing. She enters in this one, it's completely empty. So we know she's in there, but that's been guarded by these 2 skeletons. So that leaves Tormund Thundercloak. Tormund Thundercloak is going to come up here. He is going to try and cast some spells. I think he's probably going to try and sit here and back up. Oh, should he? Maybe he should be helping Gilnorn over here. I think that's probably the wisest thing. Let me see if I can move him within line of sight of those skeletons over there. If I can just get him in line of sight. Yes, believe he can move here, which just gives him line of sight to those skeletons with a bit of difficulty. So he's gonna cast his blast spell, like a range attack. It hits on a 7+, or hits on an 8+ because of the modifier. Nothing. Okay, that's all right. Okay, so we got Runaya going. We had Tormund go. Let's help Barbec get rid of this one skeleton here. Barbec goes. He hits on a 7. That is an 8. That is 2 hits that the skeleton has to save because of his special ability. So the skeleton save on 8+. That's a 6, and immediately he crumbles because they have brittle bones, these skeletons. That was great. Okay, so he's gone, she's gone. This only leaves Gilnorn. I think Gilnorn is going to try and still, be out of line of sight of those 2 archers over there, but he wants to move around. How far can he go? Can he actually make it to these skeletons? I'm gonna say yes. I think he can move, slink around this tree, hops over this tombstone, and with a mighty roar attacks this skeleton right here. Alright, so Gilnorn gets 2 attacks, and he hits on a 6+ First is a nothing. Second is a... Oh, 2 3s in a row. Yikes. That wasn't great. And now he's got a bit to pay for. He's gonna get some hell rained on him here. That was not very successful. Okay, it's time for the skeletons to retaliate. Since they're already in base-to-base contact, the skeleton is gonna try and attack. He hits on an 8+. That is a 2. That is a miss. The other one is gonna move in here into base-to-base contact. There's a 12. That is a hit. Gilnorn is going to try and save. He saves. Wonderful. These two skeletons. Now, since these two are sort of blocking line of sight, they won't be able to shoot him unless this one can move over here. Well, actually, what's going to happen, they'll probably want to get out of 6-inch range. That is their primary objective. So they're going to try to move back a little bit. I'm going to say they're going to shimmy back a little bit. So this one shimmies back a little bit. This one shimmies out of the way. And he is the only one that can have line of sight just through this narrow path here. But that's going to come at a cost. So he has to hit on a 10, I believe. Yes. And that's a 2. That is a miss. The other one will not be able to shoot Gilnorn. So he will just move. So that is these skeletons done, these skeletons done. We're gonna have this happening over here. So I think, if my estimations are correct, this zombie is closest to Barback. He moves over here and he attacks, shambling closer. It hits on a 9+, that is a 1. This one is going to move towards Renaya over here. Hits on a 9. That is an 8. This zombie can shamble 4. And I'm gonna try and get to Renaya, but he's not gonna be able to. He's gonna come as close as he can. And this skeleton can still move his full 6. He's probably gonna try and do a double move to bring himself in as close as possible out of 1-inch range. So that probably seems fair. That takes us to the end of this round. We're going to be starting a new round with a roll for Wandering Monsters. It's a 7. Oh, that's not. Whew, thank goodness. We have enough trouble as is. But so far, our heroes have searched these 2 mausoleums. Our only objective is to get the girl out of here. So having said that, we will probably have to do something with these guys over here. Okay, let us handle this situation over here. So Gilnorn attacks, hits on a 6+. He rolls a 9. That is a hit. The skeleton is going to try and save. He saves on an 8+. Oh, it's an 8. Second attack on a 9. He hits. Second save. It's a 6. This skeleton crumbles. Thank goodness. Okay, that is Gilnorn done. Let's bring Tormund up here to provide some support. Our mage moves here. I don't want to be in range and line of sight of those skeletons over there. So I am... how am I going to do this? I'm just going to sort of move. Maybe I should start helping these guys out over there. Okay, so I think Tormund is going to... He's got straight line of sight to that skeleton. He's going to cast his blast spell on a 7+. That is an 8. Hits this one. He's got a minus on his save roll, so he will have to save on a 9+. And he rolls in a 5. Fire blast blows up this skeleton right here. Okay, so Gilnorn is gone. Tormund is gone. Barback attacks the zombie. He rolls a 1. That is nothing. And I think Renaya is going to try and move away from this. She has had enough. She's going to do double move. So there's no penalty for moving out of combat as far as I remember. So she's going to try and provide support from out of range. Maybe she moves here so she can sort of help keep the path clear. Renaya hides behind the rock and takes one shot at this zombie over here. She hits on a 7+. It's a 10. The zombie tries to save. The zombie saves on a 10+. That's an 8. The zombie takes its first wound and has to do a wound roll. That's a 4. I think he is just stunned. Okay. That means it is the enemy's turn. We're gonna come to where the most important action is happening, and it's the skeleton. The skeleton attacks on a 7 that misses. Zombie over here attacks Barback. Yep. That's a 9. That is a hit. That means Tormund is gonna, Barback's gonna try and save on a 6+. On a 5, oh, he takes 1 HP. Okay, 1 HP down. All right. These two zombies are gonna try and move. Can he charge? I want to say he can. Yeah. He attacks. Knocking everything over. A 5, that's a miss. And this zombie will probably not be able to. He's just gonna join the horde there. And that brings us to that leaves our 2 skeleton archers here. Now I think Renaya is within line of sight to that guy, so both of these. So instead of trying to hit Gilnorn, they can take part shots at her at no penalty. So that's probably what they're gonna try and do. So the first one's gonna roll. That's a 4. It's not a very good roll, but anyway. Second one rolls a 2. So both of them shoot their arrows, and Renaya just hears these arrows fly past her head, and one maybe hits the rock over here. Okay, that is the end of this turn then. Start of the round, we're going to roll for Wandering Monsters. That is a 4. Thank goodness, no more Wandering Monsters. And, okay. Barback is, doing his best to deal with these guys. So he's going to take an attack, attacking the zombie that has a wound already. And he rolls a 6. That is not a hit, sadly. He's just going to stay there. Tormund the Mage turns, and moves closer to here. So he can cast a spell on this skeleton right here at almost point blank range. And he casts his blast spell on a 7+. It's a hit, ends a 3. Nothing. And it's a whiff. Renaya comes in, tries to do the same. She's going to try and be out of line of sight of those guys. So she's going to just kind of hide behind the trees and peek out. She's going to try and shoot at that skeleton over here at a -1. So she's going to have to roll an 8+. And it's an 8. This skeleton needs to do a save. Skeleton saves on an 8+. And it's an 11, so hit and saved, nothing happened. Alright, so this is the enemy's turn, starting with the zombies here this time. Both of these zombies attack. That is a 9. That is a hit. Barback saves on a 6. That is a save, luckily. The second zombie attacks. It's a 10. Barback defends on a 12. Great. This other zombie is going to shamble around, completely surrounding poor Barback, and attacks. It's a 12. Barback defends on an 11. Wow, Barback is just, man, he is just tanking these 3 zombies, doing his best to hold them off, buying the other heroes some time as they try and reach this mausoleum over here. Gilnor and the skeleton have not concluded their battle yet. The skeleton attacks with a 2 and nothing happens. This skeleton of archer over here is, let's see, who's he gonna try and attack? He's probably gonna try and attack Tormund. He hits on an 11. Tormund's gonna save on a 6. That is not a save. So Tormund takes his first wound. I want to place that on his character sheet. Oopsie. And this one is, he's probably gonna try and move. Can he still stay out of 6-inch range if he moves a little bit closer? He just wants to have line of sight. Yeah, I think so. I think he might just hop over his friend over here. Take a pot shot at the wizard that just got hit there, and that is a 3. So I believe that concludes this round. We're going to start a new round with a roll for Wandering Monsters. And it's a 1. Thank goodness. Okay, we got to do something serious here. We're going to get real serious with this, what's going on here. We got these skeleton archers making it really hard for us to make any progress here. I think our wizard, while Gilnorn keeps this skeleton busy, our wizard is going to try and be as sneaky as he can. Sneak around, use an action, knocks on the door, hears a sound of someone whimpering, opens the door, and finally sees our missing girl. She comes out looking all scared and crying. The wizard assures her that they have come to rescue her. Now, the wizard, she has to move now with him for the remainder of this encounter. And yeah, so we gotta keep him alive. She can't be attacked, luckily, but he can still be attacked. Okay, so the wizard turns and calls at Gilnor. Says, I've got her! Take care of the skeletons! We gotta get out of here! Fly, you fools! Gilnor attacks. He rolls a 2, not good enough. He gets a second attack. And a 4, nothing. Renaya hops behind this tombstone. She tries and shoots, and she also rolls a 4. We've got no success here. What is going on? What is going on? Barbek tries his best to hit the zombie that's been wounded. He hits. The zombie tries and defends, and he defends. Let's try and conclude this. I'm gonna roll 3 dice for all 3 of these zombies attacking poor Barbek. 2 misses and 1 hit. He's gonna try and defend it, and he defends like a champ. Okay, skeleton attacks Gilnorn. That's a 2. It's a miss. This skeleton over here has line of sight with her with obstruction. So he hits on a 10. That's an 11. Renaya needs to save. She saves on a 12. He's gonna peek out here and try and take a shot at our wizard. At a penalty, 7. Nothing. Okay. All the monsters have gone, which finishes this round. At the start of the round, our heroes have finally found the missing girl, who looks kind of like an alchemist. But we're gonna start with a roll for Wandering Monster. And it's 8. Oh no! 2 more skeletons join the fray here and here, and it is the start of the hero's turn. They'll have to do something serious here. Okay, we want to get our wizard to move, so he's gonna skirt along the edge of this graveyard. So he's gonna do a 12-inch move, which can bring him all the way to behind this rock. Now, if we can survive around, we might actually be winning this. Gilnorn goes for his 2 attacks. What is a hit? Does he defend? He does not. And this skeleton is finally taken care of. And Gilnorn is just going to move his 6 inches out of trouble. Renaya, seeing that the wizard has made his way over here with the girl that they came to rescue, decides to retreat, and she's gonna move right past here. Poor Barback, who's still trying to take care of these zombies over here, tries to hit. He misses. Poor Barback. Monster's turn. Let us first move these skeletons. They'll probably do a double move. This one will probably come to Barback and just sort of join this conga line over here as the dwarf defends for his life. And this one probably do the same. Look at this. This is ridiculous. Poor Barback. Then these skeletons, seeing that the heroes are trying to escape, try and move into a better position. I think this one's probably going to move. That is definitely less than 6 inches. He moves here, has a free shot at Gilnorn. Unobstructed shot, and that's a 6. That's not good enough. And this skeleton is gonna hop over, take a shot at the wizard, which could be devastating for us because he has already taken a wound. But he's gonna have almost clear line of sight. I would say if he stands here, then he does have clear line of sight to our wizard. And thank goodness that's a 4. That concludes all the moves and actions for our enemies at the end of this round. Now, in order to win, we need to get her out and all my heroes out, which won't be a problem for them, but it's going to be a major problem for Barback. So Barback turns and attacks this zombie that's in his way with a 7. And that hits, actually, so he has to defend with 2. He has to defend both hits there. A 6 and 11, that does not, so he gets a wound token. And we're going to roll on the wound table. That is a 9, 10, that definitely kills him. Great, that's perfect. Barback, noticing the urgency of their situation, kills the zombie. And, you know, puts in his last bit of effort. He's got blood and sweat and guts all over him, but then rushes out towards the gate. So he's made it. Now it's up to the rest of our heroes. Now, I don't think this is going to be any problem, because he can make a double move, taking them out, and most of them are within less than 6 inch range. And just like that, our heroes have saved the day, and the girl was saved as well. Wonderful. So mission 1 is success. Wow, that was pretty close. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that first play of 4 Delvers. I've not seen anybody do a playthrough of this game, and it is quite fun. It's pretty simple. There's not like a whole lot to it, but fairly interesting and fairly fun little game. I'm looking forward to checking out the other encounters. Let me give you a little sneak peek. This one is called the Courtyard. What do we got here? Whoop. The Mountain Pass, the Bridge Town, and quite a couple of other ones. Once again, if you're interested in this game, go check Drive-Thru RPG. It is only $1, totally worth it. You can just read the PDF or print it out like I've done. Anyway, and I hope you guys enjoyed this playthrough. And once again, thank you for checking out the channel. If you guys wouldn't mind, leave me a like. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe. But I hope you guys have a great day and join us again on the channel. But until then, happy gaming and see you again on the channel next time. Bye-bye.